So I'm kind of in a mess of a situation right now. Yesterday evening, around the time I was logging off for work, I started feeling this like pain in my right eye. So I went and looked in the mirror and I was greeted with a swollen eye. So I'm just gonna keep these on so nobody has to look at it, not even me, because I don't know what to do now. So I'm trying to figure out if I should go to the urgent care and get it looked at because it doesn't really look that serious. And I don't know if I should go out of my way to go to urgent care or if I should just go about my weekend. And if something starts to really happen, then stop what I'm doing, go find a hospital. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's best for me. I've also completely changed my plans for the rest of my trip here in Italy. Just in light of this, because it's kind of indicative of a greater problem that I've been having here in Bologna. So I'm more than sure that the cause of this has been my allergies. I've done some research and it really hasn't taken much to figure out that where I am, this part of Italy, the Po Valley, it is the absolute worst for spring allergies. And as someone who suffers from spring allergies every year, especially being in a place with plants that I'm not familiar with, I'm looking at leaving Bologna a week early. I'm supposed to get out of here on May 10th, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get out of here on May 3rd and just, I think I'll just go south, because I'm gonna end up in Sicily anyways. But I'm still looking, but I'm not gonna reveal anything right now because I haven't made a final plan, but I've looked into it and it won't be much for me to get a place for a week. So the pharmacist gave me Allegra again. So I guess I'm just gonna continue taking this until I can find something stronger. I don't know if I'm gonna need something stronger because, to be fair, I haven't been taking this regularly. Like, I got some of it when I first got here and I only took it as needed and I didn't realize that you need to build up. Nobody told me that. I'll just start taking it regularly, see if it can get rid of this because I don't wanna have to walk around with a swollen eye. I've made the last minute decision. We're going to Perugia for the night. Perugia is the capital of the Umbria region of Italy. It's in the center of the country. Back in Florence, against my will. No, I'm kidding. This is where I'm connecting to go to Perugia. But I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna be staying exactly because I looked at, because everything's so last minute, just looking at places to stay in Perugia, and everything looks like it's booked, and everything that's not booked is just kind of expensive. So looking nearby, it's right next to Assisi, so I could look at Assisi, staying there. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna look at it more once I get on this next train, but I'm waiting for the time to come up on the table. I don't know if it was because I was here in the early morning, but Florence doesn't seem to be as busy as it was 2 weeks ago when I was here. I don't know. So I found a place in Assisi, and I'm gonna be staying there for the night. I wasn't sure what to do because I wanted to try and check in on time before the front desk closed. And I'll get there at about 5 o'clock, and it's hitting 4 right now. But I don't know if I want to go into Assisi tonight, because otherwise I was gonna plan on checking out the hotel in the morning and then heading to Perugia and seeing everything there is to see there. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have a little day and a half in the Umbria region of Italy. So not a region I thought I was going to be visiting, but it does have a lot of very interesting medieval and religious history. So I'm excited to see everything we're going to see. Made it to Assisi. There it is. That is just the coolest view. Pretty nice view from the hotel room. Oh, look at that. You can see Assisi just like right above that tree. Just arrived in the town of Assisi. Oh wow, guys, this is This is amazing. They're doing a mass service right here, right outside the basilica. A lot of very beautiful art inside the church. It's a beautiful restaurant. I've got to do something about this hair because every time I go in a restaurant and take my hat off, I look ridiculous. But I got the house red. This is a local to here in Umbria. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a house red. So has a very dry aftertaste. I like it though. I think I could have like 6 of these. This is a tagliatelle with wild boar, cinghiale, and ragu. Very excited to try this. It's easier when you're going downhill. That guy ruined my video. That looks like German. Interesting. You can hear the church bells. It's about 8 o'clock. Y'all, these steps starting to become a little too much. I don't really think this leads anywhere. I don't know. I have to look at the map. Oh, it looks like the monastery is up this way. I think this is the highest elevation that I've gotten to in the time that I've been here. I'm currently at 1,373 feet, descending as I speak. Oh yeah. This is the spot right here. This is just a parking area. No tourists. Over there you have the Basilica of St. Clair, Santa Chiara. And right down there, this road takes you to, I guess some people call it the Low Town. I don't know if that's a local term, but I heard somebody refer to it as the Low Town. This road takes you right to it. That's where the train station is. And that's where I'm staying. And you can see there's a domed cathedral right there. Wow. I don't even think I want to leave this spot until it gets dark. Why would you want to leave here? This is as good as it gets, really. Imagine this being your view. This is prime real estate right here. You know, you got to consider this Mediterranean climate. How many sunny days do they get in a year? How often is this the evening view? Probably very frequently. I'm so happy that I ended up staying here in Assisi because this is just such a beautiful town with so much history, and yeah, it's unbeatable, honestly. Like, this is one of the most beautiful evenings that I've had here in Italy in the 3 weeks that I've been here. Oh, look at that. I chose not to go in because I imagine it was very quiet in there, just reserved for prayer. So definitely will stop into one of these chapels at some point. I need to see what this one, that was the Chiesa di Santa Maria sopra Minerva. Right, that's the one with the campanile, the bell tower. And it's karaoke o'clock. New Orleans much? Apparently in search of a gelateria. One thing that I've noticed here, there are so many different flags, and I wish I knew what all of them were, and I guess I could stop at each one of them and do research on like what each of them are. Why does that look like an onion? I don't think it's an onion, but it reminds me of one. So that flag right there, the red and blue one, that's the official flag of Assisi. I used to do that with sidewalk chalk back in the day, if y'all remember. And of course, I had to get my evening cannoli. This is pistachio. It's a cannoli, but it's wrapped in, this looks like some kind of peanut butter. Very interesting, very sweet. Santa Chiara. Man, the city just looks so cool at night. Just lit up on the mountainside. I don't even know where I am at this point. I'm just walking. The city's really alive right now. Can y'all hear that? Absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm stalking. I don't know if that's likely a private thing, but I would pay just to go in there and listen to the choirs. So a little brief history of Assisi. It was founded around 1000 BC by the Umbrians, which, very ancient peoples. This was before even the Romans. The city was eventually taken over by the Etruscans and soon the Romans, and remained part of the Roman Empire, where they then built walls around the city. They had a Roman Forum, which was that church that I went to earlier. So that's all Roman constructions. Well, the city reached its prominence, especially as a religious site, with the birth of St. Francis of Assisi. This was also the home of St. Clare, Santa Chiara, so a very significant place for Christianity and the Catholic Church. They had constructed the Basilica of St. Francis after his death. His remains were then discovered in the 1800s, so they made a tomb for him underneath the church, which is what I visited earlier. Very interesting. I mean, it's like all right here. But if you ever attended Catholic school or were raised Catholic, you've heard of St. Francis of Assisi a lot. He's a very, very big figure, very big saint. So yeah, and now it's the 21st century, and the city looks like it hasn't really even changed. I'm sure it has changed a lot, but they've done a lot of preserving. It's a UNESCO heritage site, so they've done a lot of preserving to keep it kind of as close to original as it could be. And yeah, it just feels like stepping back in time walking through here. I mean, just that. You don't imagine walking underneath an arch like that anywhere else. Italy's got a lot of history. Lots of interesting stuff. It's pretty formidable to think about, and it's a shame that even if you were to kind of devote your life to seeing all the history around Italy, just this country alone, I don't even think you'd be able to make it everywhere, because there's just so much going on everywhere you look. And then there's, of course, different layers of history, different people groups in the same places. Everything I talk about, I really just learned because I try to do research on these places before I come, just to have some context of where I am. But yeah, this is Assisi, Umbria. Unfortunately, it's time to make my descent. I think I need to figure out what the options are of getting back to the hotel. I just imagined, I wonder what it looks like here if they get a really hard rain. I mean, all these streets just turn into water slides. Not sure how much it rains here, but like I said, if it does rain hard, it's a very big flood risk. Papa Francesco.